Hey beauties, and welcome back to IAmBeautifulHustlerTV. If you are new to my channel, just go ahead and click that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of my new posts. Now today I'll be doing a custom lace wig install on top of my client's short locks today, and this is her first time getting a lace since she has done her locks, so she was extremely excited about this whole experience. So bear with me guys, this tutorial will be a little bit lengthy because I try to show you as much as I can in this tutorial without boring you with extra long videos. But first things first, what I'm going to do is go ahead and I use my Beautiful Hustlers Lace Prep alcohol spray and just cleaned her hairline. And now I'm taking my Tresemme holding spray and I'm just going to brush back all of the hair on, in the front of her hairline. Now, what I do recommend when you are doing an install with, over someone who has locks, do not let them get a retwist. It is better if you leave the locks with the grow out, the growth part like not tight, because it's easier for you to do this part here as far as smoothing down the edges, and it will also help you plait it down easier or just lay it flatter, because it's like you don't want to start with the bulkiness at the root. It's best if you just let that new growth kind of just smooth everything on down. So once I finish doing this quickly, I'm just going to go ahead and put on her cap and start the whole cap balding process.
What's good, Shakari?
Now, if you have clients with really dark brown skin, you will always use that level 16 palette. They have a lighter shade and they have a darker shade in there, and for her skin tone I did kind of do like a mixture of both, but I mostly focused on the darker shade. And I'm just going to take that same dark shade of foundation and apply it on the inside of the wig. Now, this is a custom frontal wig that I put together, and I did use the UNice Hair. It was bodywave hair. It came natural brown. I did the highlights and everything. So if you did not see the highlighting video for this wig, I will go ahead and drop that link at the end of this tutorial so you guys can check it out. So this is UNice Hair bodywave hair. It was a 22, 24, 26 and 20 matching bodywave frontal. So that's why for the style today I chose to do like the little big bouncy curls and everything like that. So yeah, I'm just taking my time adding that foundation in there, just making sure it's spread nice and evenly. And I'm just going to add a little bit on the top of the lace as well, and I'm going to place that onto her head. And then once I get it placed onto her head, I will go ahead and begin to lay down my layers of a lace glue. And people always ask, what glue am I using? I only use my glue, and that's a Beautifulhustler lace matte adhesive, unless I'm trying out someone else's glue or anything like that. But for 99% of the time, I'm using my own lace glue, and this is Beautifulhustler's lace matte adhesive. And I know everybody's going crazy about the restock. It's just like my shipments have been so freaking delayed, and it's just so annoying. But just like you guys have to be patient, I have to be patient as well. Trust me, I am so annoyed, but it is on its way. And I'm just going to apply about 4 layers of this adhesive for her installation. And then once everything turns clear and all of that, I will go ahead and begin to tack down the lace.
Hey, what's good, Shakari?
So now that I have that lace tacked down, I'm just going to go ahead and just take my scissors and slit it. And I'm just going to begin to razor away the extra lace, and that just helps to give it a more natural appearance. And you do want to razor cut as close to the hairline as possible. Also, when you are razoring, make sure you are lifting that lace up before you start to razor, so you do not cut your client's skin. And as I'm razoring off, you can see how naturally blended this lace is with her skin tone, and that's all just based on using the correct foundation color. As I mentioned before, I do use the Ruby Kisses cream foundation, and this is the level 16, and I did use that darker shade with a little bit of that lighter shade as well, as far as putting it on the stocking cap. But yeah, it's very melted already, and I haven't even finished like tacking it down. But I'm just going to razor everything off and using my glue and just tack everything that's still lifting, and then proceed on with the next steps.
Hey, what's good, Shakari?
So now that everything has been tacked down, I'm just gonna go ahead and begin to part her hair, and we will be doing a side part today for the install. And I'm just amazed, like, this is looking so freaking good, like, already. Like, she was super excited throughout this process. But I'm gonna go ahead and you know tie the hair down so I can go ahead and spray the hairline with the Tresemme holding spray. And I'm going to take the melt belt and tie it down so it could be nice and super melted. Like, if you guys think it's melted now, wait till I put that holding spray and comb that on in and use that melt belt. It just maxify, like, is that even a word? It just maximizes the slayage here, like, just turn it all the way up to the max. So I just take that holding spray and I apply it on the hairline, but I comb it back so it is nice and smooth, and then I go ahead and tie it down with the melt belt. So I left the melt belt on for about, I would say like 5 minutes, not too long. And this is what it looks like once you remove it. Super melted, super natural, and just bomb. And I really love this color, the color highlights on her skin. And we're just gonna call this Milky Way because it's just like she's chocolate, and the hair has like it's chocolate with this little caramel twist to it. Like, I absolutely love it, and she looks super pretty with this color. And this is also her first time trying any type of highlighted colors. Like, when I told her I was going to highlight it, she was just like, you think it will look good on me? But I'm like, girl, trust me, yes it will. But now I'm going to go ahead and start parting her hair to the side. As I mentioned, this would be a side parting curls, as you've seen from the thumbnail. So I'm just going ahead and just parting the hair off, and I'm going to go in with my GLAMWAX stick and apply that wax stick all over the top so I can begin to hot comb the roots out. And now I'm just going to pull out the little sections for the baby hairs. I'm going to do baby hairs like on both sides. So I'm just kind of like seeing where I want to put it, or stuff like that. But I end up putting down 3 sections, but I don't actually use 2 of them. So I end up combing that, like this little piece I'm playing with now, I end up combing that backwards. But I'm going to start with the baby hairs on the opposite side. That way it's already done and out the way. And you just want to pull out little small thin sections. And I'm going to use the holding spray to swoop the baby hairs and a little bit of mousse as well. And as far as the baby hair placement, it's just based on the style. And also kind of like the person's head shape, like where it will look weird. You don't want to put it where it will look kind of awkward. So I just swooped them to where I felt like it matched the style, and as well as complimented her face as well, because sometimes people have some weird looking baby hairs, and it just be like, if the placement was just a little bit different, it would have brought the style out so much more. So do be mindful of where you do decide to place the baby hairs and how you decide to swoop them and everything like that. So now I'm just taking that wax stick once again and putting it behind the hair, the baby hair, so that part I can hot comb and smooth out. But I am going to take, as I mentioned, that Tresemme and use that to create my baby hairs, and an edge brush to just swoop all that into place.
what's good, Shikari?
So now that we have slayed these baby hairs to the gods, it's time to go in with the hot comb and just press everything out, making sure everything is super neat and flat. And then I will begin to go on with my stove curler. Oh, before I even get into the curler, I am going to cut a few layers into this hair. So like I mentioned, first I'm going to just hot comb the top down so it's kind of like ready to be for the finishing touches, kind of like just getting it prepped for the final little 1 2 1 2. So just going to make sure that that part is curved to perfection, and making sure no hair is out of place. And then I'm just continue to hot comb and get all of that smooth. And then I'm going to cut some layers into the hair before I begin to curl it up. Now for the layers, I just really want to focus on adding layers to the front, not really the whole head. So I just grabbed the hair at an angle, and I'm just cutting some long layers, kind of like from her shoulder on down. And I'm just taking that, bringing it out to about a 90 degree angle, and just razoring that down some, and just going back in and touching up a few places I feel needs to be chopped a little bit more. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side as well. I'm just going to grab that hair, bring it straight out, and then I'm just going to razor it down at an angle, and that will create like, you know, little layers to the front, so it could be like short to long, so when I do, you know, comb everything out, it would just flow. But you do not want to cut too much, because you don't really want to take the length off the hair too much like crazy. So I'm just, you know, grabbing pieces and just going in between, combing it back, and just angling that hair out. That way when I do comb the bang, you know, it falls a certain type of way. And I'm only going to do that in the front. I don't do it all the way around, because most of the time people like to either reuse their hair or do a different style, so I don't go chop crazy. So now that I have done all of that, I'm just going to go in with my stove curler, and I'm going to actually curl the front for you on video. In the back I'll do, because it's just like repetition over and over. So I'm going to show you how I curl the front on both sides and the whole comb out process, but everything else I would do like the back and stuff off camera. But before I even get to curling with the hot stove curler, I'm going in with my Fantasia's heat protecting spray, and just spraying the hair all around with that before I go in with the stove curler.
Hey, what's good, Shakari?
And this is what it looks like after curling the hair all around. Now I'm just going in with my Tresemme and spraying it on the curls, and then I will go in and spray some type of oil sheen spray to give it that nice little look. But my favorite part of it all is the comb out process. So I'm going to go in with my big wide tooth comb and just brush those, well, comb those curls out and just let everything fall into place. This is my favorite part of any curled look, is the comb out process. Like, this color looks so freaking good on her skin, and just the curls and just like the baby hairs. And when I conceal that part, it's really just gonna be like dot freaking calm. Okay, do y'all see that smile? Sweetie queen was feeling very much like a baddie. And like I mentioned, this is her first time getting an install over locks. A lot of girls have reached out to me through DM or text message after seeing my YouTube videos and me installing over locks and everything, and it just gives them hope. So when I can slay them, you know, for the first time, like, they just really be into it. They be feeling it, honey. And I was so happy that she was happy. Like, she sent me feedback, pictures, everything, and was like, she will be back for sure. So before I finish this tutorial, the only thing I have to do now is just like conceal up her part, and that would just pretty much be like the finishing touch of this style. Stay tuned for the finishing results, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments about this tutorial. And thank you guys for tuning into IAmBeautifulHustlerTV. Just a quick reminder, if you do want to see how I colored this hair to get like this, make sure you check out the link that will be listed at the end of this tutorial. Thank you guys, and I will see you next time.